What's up, guys? Crypto Muser here with your daily news and analysis in the crypto markets. Now, Jeremy Hogan, the XRP community member attorney, who also runs a channel on YouTube called Legal Briefs, where he's been doing it since the beginning stages of the lawsuit, where he kind of breaks down updates in the case or filings that us everyday people that don't understand the whole legal jargon. He really breaks it down in a more digestible way where we can better understand it if you're not an attorney like most of us out here, right? So definitely urge you guys go check out his channel Legal Briefs, and also follow him on Twitter, Jeremy Hogan here at attorney Jeremy1. He posted a video just yesterday where he breaks down the most recent filings in this case and how he says there's a smoking gun here that the SEC is trying to hide. And he tweeted out this when he released the video. New video, of course, I talk about the smoking gun from the recent pleadings. Also, we discuss Ripple's strategy moving forward, and also the SEC strategy, which you already know, I'm sure. And Bill Hinman makes a guest appearance. Now, this was a perfect video because he really broke down the most recent filings of the fair notice defense and the Bill Hinman emails and drafts, and how important. Now, obviously, the most two important things in this case were the fair notice defense, which SEC tried to strike that defense, and it got denied recently in the last month or so. And then the second, and now the biggest filing in this case, is going to be the reconsideration of those Bill Hinman emails and drafts. And we're waiting any day now. We could get a filing by Judge Netburn to either deny the SEC's request for reconsideration, or she will agree with the SEC. But I think most attorneys and most people within the XRP community are expecting Judge Netburn to stick with her original decision, and that those emails should be turned over to Ripple. So in this video, the smoking gun, as Jeremy Hogan talks about in the video, is basically that Attorney Solomon, the lead attorney for Ripple, has said in a recent filing that he believes that William Hinman, while at the SEC, he was the head of the corporate of, what was he? He was the corporate of corporate finance, the division of corporate finance. That's what it was. And while he was at the SEC, Attorney Solomon said that he believes somewhere in those emails or somewhere in those drafts and emails, it mentions either XLM or XRP being not a security. Maybe either Bill Hinman or his division of corporate finance within the SEC came to the conclusion that XRP or XLM were not securities at the time. This was back in 2018. So why that's such a smoking gun is if they came to the conclusion that XRP or XLM, because they're basically the same crypto. I mean, XLM, Jed McCaleb created XRP, and then when Jed McCaleb left Ripple and XRP, he just created XLM, which is basically the same software, like 99% the same as XRP. So if they decided that even XLM was not a security back in 2018, so for 2 years, they had a conclusion that XRP or XLM was not a security. And then 2 years later, they come down with the lawsuit against Ripple claiming that XRP is a security. So, I mean, that would obviously contradict everything going on in this case, right? Why? I mean, if you came to the conclusion within the SEC that XRP was not a security, then why come with a lawsuit 2 years later? And then it looks real bad, right? Then it looks like the SEC really used this as a weapon to really attack Ripple. So then you will get an investigation. So this is why this is such a big deal. And the big thing about this, I don't think anybody's really mentioning, is that both judges, Judge Netburn and Judge Torres, have seen these emails and the drafts of the speech. So they know exactly what's in there. So you think that even, if the SEC knows that the judges have seen this. So I think the SEC is basically just posturing itself to delay. Like I've said many times on this channel, they're playing the delay card until they can't, right? They know the judge has seen these documents. They know that it basically, decimates their whole case. So now it's this whole thing this whole process of them delaying, right? They're going to appeal and they already mentioned it in a filing that they're going to, if Judge Netburn sticks with their guns and says that, no, you have to hand over these documents, the SEC will appeal it to Judge Torres. And then they have, Judge Torres has basically a month to come down with her filing, right? And then, which I just found out yesterday, actually I found out in this video that Jeremy Hogan put out there, even if the SEC appeals, if Judge Torres comes down in a month and says, actually, nope, I'm going to stick to Judge Netburn's decision, and you have to hand over those documents, those emails, and those drafts, the SEC can try to appeal to the Second Circuit, but Judge Torres can deny that appeal. And Jeremy Hogan in the video actually mentioned that there's a good chance that that appeal will be shut down. So that's a good sign too, because I thought if the SEC appealed that to Judge Torres, then it would be another 2 months of waiting until we'd finally get, a decision on whether the SEC needed to hand over those documents. And obviously that would just delay the case in a settlement another 2 months. So, it's crazy how the SEC is just using this delay tactic to basically, delay the case as much as they can so Ripple loses business in the meantime, right? And it just goes to show how shady the SEC is. And it goes to show that obviously Jay Clayton, when he filed this lawsuit against Ripple, it was to hurt Ripple, the company. It wasn't, they knew that they were going to lose on the facts, right? They knew that they couldn't prove that XRP was a security. But by, bringing this lawsuit against Ripple, and now obviously they've delayed it so much, we're almost a year and 4 months now, right? If they could delay it another 3 months, you're talking about almost a year and a half, basically, a little more than a year and a half, dragging Ripple through this lawsuit. And obviously, it's think about the SEC, what they've been doing. And I just watched I don't even have it up in this video today, but I just watched a interview on the Thinking Crypto channel with Tony Edward, and he had the CEO of Library, Jeremy Kaufman, on. And basically, Jeremy Kaufman saying that the SEC has just been dragging them through this legal process and basically, getting all the information on their company. And that's what same thing they did with Ripple. It's like they're trying to steal their business strategy, steal their business, and then, sue them or, give them a big enough fine where they put them out of business. And then they can basically, people within the SEC can go back a company and steal their technology. I mean, how corrupt can you be? And that's the same thing with Ripple. I mean, when Brad Garlinghouse and David Schwartz went in to meet with Commissioner Jay Clayton at the time and Bill Hinman, they kept saying, hey, how do we become, do you think we're a security? If we are, how can we become, tell us what to do and we'll do it, right? That's basically what they told Jay Clayton. And Jay Clayton was like, whoa, slow down. We don't want to talk about whether XRP is a security in this meeting. We'll talk about that later. In the meantime, tell us what you're doing. Tell us what your technology is. How does RippleNet work? It's like basically trying to steal their business. And then what happened later on? Jay Clayton's law firm helped J.P. Morgan and Consensus create a competitor for Ripple. I mean, how shady can this be, right? So it just gets deeper and deeper as we get along and further along in this case. And it gets just more, you just have a more reason why we need investigation within the SEC with all this stuff going on in the last 4 years. It's pretty amazing to see. And like I've said on this channel before, it's actually a good thing that this lawsuit came down on Ripple because it's really showing that corruption. And now it's so bad that, there's no way the investigation cannot happen after this, right? Too many people know. You're seeing finally Forbes magazine and NASDAQ just had was it NASDAQ? I forget, another media outlet is talking about these things. So, I mean, at some point, we're going to get an investigation. So as bad, like I've said on this channel, as bad as it has been for this lawsuit, it's really, by going through all this, it's really opened everybody's eyes to the deep, deep level of corruption within the SEC. All right, so I know I just rambled along there for a while there, but the first thing I want to show you guys, this is the beginning of Jeremy Hogan's a video he had last night, and I just thought it was hilarious and just wanted to show you guys real quick because it's, oh my God, too funny.
Hark, my people. I, Director William Hedman of the SEC, have come forth with a proclamation regarding digital assets. My personal opinion, of course. I do declare that from this day forward, Bitcoin, Ether, and XR... that from this day forward, Bitcoin and Ether shall be deemed not a security.
I just thought that was hilarious. Great way to start a video, right? All right, let's move on to the news, guys. Before I get into this, if you guys could please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below, it would be very much appreciated. But let's get into the first thing I have here. So, I believe you pronounce this Kovduk? Anyway, actually, I'll tell you the beginning thread, I guess. Whatever. He started this, it's like a long thread basically explaining what Ripple, the company, is, the ins and outs. Basically, he called it Ripple 101, and how Ripple utilizes XRP. Maybe conceptions out there that people think that XRP is centralized, and he breaks down all the information that most people don't know in a short thread, 20 part thread. I'm picking a couple things because I'm not going to read the whole thing, but this is one of the most important things that points out that XRP is not centralized and that Ripple does not, this is the whole thing that Warren Davidson posted, that scam email, that people try to say that Ripple can either, create more tokens or they control the XRP ledger, and this is just not true. So Kovduk, whatever his name is, this is 18 through 20. I think this is the most important part, just to show you that Ripple does not control the XRP ledger. So he says the XRP ledger is the underlying blockchain that Ripple sits on. It is the open source, decentralized, and permissionless. XRP is the native currency on the XRP ledger. While Ripple is a key player in the XRP ledger system, XRP ledger is bigger than just Ripple. And then if I could slide down. So the XRP ledger is completely decentralized. It makes use of validators and stock nodes. Validators participate in the consensus process and validate transactions. Stock nodes protect the validators and store the history. And then there are 150 plus validators and 900 nodes on the ledger. Ripple only runs 6 validators and controls less than 4% of the validators. For the XRP ledger network to reach consensus, at least 80% of validators must agree, meaning that Ripple has no control over the XRP ledger. And this graph I guess I'll show the graph. So obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum right now are proof of work. So they have mining, and Ripple and XRP does not. So with Bitcoin, four mining groups control 58% of Bitcoin, which this has been a topic that I've seen in the XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum discussion of why you could say XRP is more decentralized than Bitcoin and Ethereum even. So 4 mining groups control 58% of Bitcoin. Ethereum, 3 mining pools control 57% of Ethereum. When with XRP, Ripple runs only 4% of validators on the XRP ledger, so has basically no control over the XRP ledger. Now, he continues on. Although Ripple owns a significant portion of XRP supply, because XRP ledger does not use proof of stake consensus, it does not make the XRP ledger centralized. Control of supply does not play a part in decentralization. The XRP ledger has a suite of features, including a DEX and a growing ecosystem consisting of NFTs, gaming, and etc. The XRP ledger's DEX was the first ever DEX, and the XRP ledger was the first chain to allow tokenization of other assets. The XRP ledger is not just for banks, it's for anyone that can build on top of it. And the last 23 here, additionally, the XRP ledger does not require as much power of proof of work chains. It makes it one of the first carbon neutral blockchains. Here's how much energy the XRP consumes versus Bitcoin and Ethereum in relation to Portugal. So in Portugal, basically the whole country. So it's 57.09 kilowatts. That's how much energy Bitcoin uses. Ethereum, much less than Bitcoin, but still 2.57 kilowatts. XRP, 474,000 kilowatts. That's a drastic difference here, right? And that's a big reason. I know a lot of Bitcoin maxis out there, even Ethereum maxis, will point out that the environmental impact is not a big deal. It is. We have to admit. You have to admit. You can't just say it doesn't. It doesn't matter. It obviously does matter, especially this day and age, where obviously environmental awareness is a huge part in the world right now. XRP being that carbon neutral asset definitely is going to make a difference moving forward. So just want to give you guys a quick thread just to break it down, because a lot of people out there still think that the XRP ledger is centralized.
I'm not sure I understand.
And Siri just is listening to me, I guess. But it is not centralized. Just because Ripple owns more than 50% of the supply, the total supply, does not make it centralized. It all depends on, because it is not proof of work. It is consensus mechanism. It's all about the validators, right? And Bitcoin only runs 4% of those validators, and you need 80% to basically make a decision on what to do on the XRP ledger. So they're far less than 80% there, right? 4%. So just wanted to break that down for you guys, that even for people that are constantly arguing with Bitcoin maxis, or people that are trying to state that XRP is centralized, now you have a thread here just to break it down for you guys, so you can prove your point against other people too, because it's all about having conversations, right? I feel like a lot of people are just either misinformed, or they just don't have all the facts when they try to say XRP is a shit coin, or the banker's coin, or centralized, and stuff is in that nature. So let's move on. This is a big part of how, Ethereum, I own Ethereum, full disclosure, but the way these gas fees have been going the last couple of years now, it's obviously not a good look, but it just doesn't show me that it's scalable. It doesn't show me that this is something that we can really use. If these gas fees are not, if they're not changed, something doesn't happen with this move to proof of stake, or whatever they're doing to make this a more scalable, cheaper way to transact on the Ethereum network. There's no way, you'll have Cardano or Solana or someone else that'll take their place, because these gas fees are just insane. And this is Vitalik Buterin. This is Watcher Guru. Justin, Ethereum founder, Vitalik Buterin, says fees are a huge problem for Ethereum's usability. I mean, yeah, that's an understatement, right? So just to break down the gas fees here, just the difference between Ethereum and other blockchains here. So Ethereum, $1.78 to about $20 per transaction, but obviously people know it's much more than that at times. Solana is less than a cent, 0.0005. Solana NFTs, anywhere from 80 cents to $4. AVAX, 9 cents. FTM, 0.0074. Matic, 2 cents. Bitcoin, 68 cents plus, and we know that can get pretty high too. XRP, 0.0000828. I mean, that's, basically nothing. XLM, the same thing. I mean, you're arguing over 0.00. I mean, that's not much of a difference there, right? And Algorand is 9 cents. So obviously, guys, we see the difference here. FTM is up there for sure. Phantom. I own Phantom, by the way. It's a great blockchain. But so XRP obviously is the cheapest with XLM. Huge difference, right? The Ethereum gas fees have been insane. And just to show you how insane this is Wendy, what's her last name? Or Wendy O at ETH. So she is hugely, obviously an ETH, pro ETH. She has ETH in her name. She's pointing out even how these gas fees are ridiculous, right? $722.63 gas fee to swap $347.23 worth of X. I mean, it costs double the amount of gas fees in ETH to send that amount. It's just, that's ridiculous. How can that even be, like, what are you going to do? You're obviously not going to use the Ethereum platform if that's going to be the case. I mean, it's useless if you're going to, the gas fee is going to be that high. And she says, ETH, you are simply drunk, go home. I mean, this has been the big thing. I mean, obviously we talked about the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance and the shadiness going on with Consensus and Joe Lubin and all that nonsense. But this is a more, this is more in your face, just the platform itself. Yeah, there's some shady factors around the people running the Ethereum platform, but this is the actual platform itself being used, and it can't even be used properly because the gas fees are way too high. So, I mean, there's so many different problems with Ethereum at the moment, and anybody that's still so bullish on Ethereum, thinking that there's no problem with it and it's going to 10,000 no matter what, and when they change the proof of stake, and when they go to Ethereum 2.0, it's gonna go to the moon and all this. You have to question these type of things, right? You can't just, just because you own a crazy amount of Ethereum, you can't just, gloss past these huge issues we're seeing with Ethereum. So, I've been saying, I'm not totally against Ethereum. Like full disclosure, I own some Ethereum, but these are things that make me think, and me question the future and how is Ethereum gonna? What are they gonna do about this? They have to do something, right? What are they gonna do? Is the whole move to proof of stake gonna change this? I've heard Vitalik Buterin many times talk about how this could be a multi-year process on getting Ethereum more scalable and obviously to work with all what they want to do with it, right? I mean, the people that are behind Ethereum think it's going to be, everything, all smart contracts and DeFi are going to run on Ethereum. I mean, obviously you can't run an NFT platform, a DeFi platform with fees like this. It's impossible. So we'll leave it at that. So the next thing I want to talk about here is this is another huge news for Ripple and XRP here. 31 regulated Japanese cryptocurrency exchanges to list Ripple XRP by month end. XRP is a currency. In Japan, it definitely has been a currency for many years. They've had clarity for XRP since 2016, I want to say. So, in that executive order we saw from Joe Biden, he talked about how we wanted to get our regulatory framework more in line with the rest of the world, right? So then we could have this technology be more of a global interoperability, right? That's where it's all going, is to go to this global financial system, because obviously the current financial systems with all these walled gardens and using the US dollar to transact around the world is coming to its end, right? Especially due to what's happening in Russia. You're seeing the Middle East right now, especially trying to find other ways to transact, other payment platforms and payment structures and frameworks to move money globally, right? The dollar, utilizing the dollar, is not going to be an option for all people around the world, especially now that you have Russia kicked out of the dollar and the euro. Other countries are going to start thinking about other payment systems, because they could get, especially in the Middle East, you could have Iran, Saudi Arabia, also there could be sanctions down on them too. And then obviously they have to have a backup plan to make sure they can, stay in the game of world finance, right? I mean, if they can do this to Russia, they can do it to anybody. So it's really making these other countries, especially in the Middle East, start to think about alternate ways of payment systems, right? So huge story for Ripple again. I mean, they just keep doing. I mean, especially in Japan and Southeast Asia, they keep. There's so much clarity in that region that XRP is really being utilized by banks, and exchanges in that area in the world. So the next thing I want to show you guys. So Ripple. So this is Linda P. Jones, a great follow on Twitter for financial information. She doesn't just focus on crypto. She focuses on all different markets, financial markets. She tweeted out this: Ripple has the potential to become the highest valued company in history. That is because in addition to being valued as a profitable company, it also has the XRP escrow it owns, which is like having gold in your treasury. That's the big thing about this. And she continued on and said, what would the value be of the Federal Reserve if you were able to own it? Ripple's price comparison should be thought of like that because it is going to run all the money. Ripple is here to make a dent in the universe. That's the words of Ripple employees, by the way. That's not even her saying that. This is the reason why I always talk about how, Ripple the company itself, right? Not just XRP. XRP obviously is going to do very well if Ripple the company does well, but Ripple the company will be easily the highest valued company in the world. I mean, if you think about it, and she mentions the escrow that Ripple owns, the XRP, I think it's something like 40 billion tokens, right? 48 billion, I believe it is. So say the price of XRP goes to $10, right? That means, obviously I'm not going to put the math together, but obviously that would make Ripple a $1 trillion company, right? Or at least close to it. I think they would make it, almost $1 trillion. What company, Amazon, what are the biggest companies? Amazon, Tesla, Microsoft. And I think $10 is just a start. So say it goes to $100, then Ripple is the, is the most highest valued company in the world in history. So I keep talking about how big of a deal this is. XRP, it's obviously the value of XRP is going to go up if Ripple is successful with their business strategy, right? But obviously, linked to, if you're not an accredited investor, you can't buy Ripple shares pre-IPO because I hate this. It's so ridiculous. They need to be an accredited investor. But as soon as Ripple does go public after this lawsuit, Ripple shares is a screaming buy. I will definitely be getting some Ripple shares as soon as they IPO after this lawsuit. But if you just see the big picture here, and we've talked about the markets that Ripple's going after, and these are $1 trillion markets. Easily, Ripple could, and I'm pretty dead sure that Ripple will be the biggest company in the world, right? Highest valued company in the world just because of the XRP they own, right? So I think that's a big reason why you're seeing so much pushback from governments and the SEC. Because if you think about it, you think Ripple is just going to be able to, become the richest country in the world without some pushback from the obviously the biggest government in the world, the most powerful government in the world. They're just going to give that power to a private company from San Francisco. Obviously you're going to get some pushback, and I feel like they've gotten pushback from FinCEN, from the Treasury Department, from DOJ. And they've been through every process since they became a company back in 2012. And now this is the final stage, right? This is the SEC, the last basically regulatory body that's giving Ripple a hard time. And they're definitely, slowing their business down in the US. So this is the final hurdle here for Ripple. As soon as they get past the SEC here, then it's all, it's go time for Ripple. I'm telling you guys right now, when they IPO, when this lawsuit is over and XRP has full clarity, then they have basically free reign to do what they've been trying to do for the last, like I said, since they became a company in 2012. And I'm telling you that all the banks that have been piloting are now utilizing ODL and XRP through RippleNet. I'm telling you, as soon as there's clarity, because there is clarity for XRP in every other part of the world, just not in the US. So as soon as the US gets clarity for XRP, that means the whole world is ready. And Ripple's been basically putting in the pipeline, right? This new plumbing system of payments around the world, right? And they're ready to go. And they've always talked about that flip of the switch, right? We've heard that, if you're in the XRP community, you've heard that phrase multiple times, right? The flip of the switch. The system is ready. And they've been piloting this technology for years now. And now that, all these banks are ready to go, as soon as there's clarity, because, the US is the final, market that's been waiting for regulation for XRP. As soon as there's an okay there, guys, I'm telling you right now, there will be a flip of the switch and the utility of XRP will be finally really realized, right? We've heard the talk for years. We've been talking about it for years within the XRP community. I think that a lot of haters out there of XRP and Ripple are going to be very surprised when they see how big this is going to be, right? Just going to leave it at that, guys. You know, I don't think people really understand how big of a market value that Ripple, the company, is going to have. And obviously, what does that do to the price of XRP? I mean, like I've said, obviously it's going to be a lot more than $1 an XRP. You know, where that price could be, that's anybody's, guess, but, $10, $100, $1,000, these aren't crazy numbers if you think about the market that Ripple is trying to go after here. So I'll end it there, guys. Just remember, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. But remember, I am not a financial advisor. Please do not take anything I write or say as financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. And thanks, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.